Welcome back, guys. Today, we are going to explore one of the oldest and most influential traditions in human history. As we move through this lesson, we will learn where Judaism began, who the early people were, how their beliefs developed, and how those traditions have continued for thousands of years. This journey will take us through ancient lands, important historical figures, and the development of a culture that is still alive and meaningful today. Also, Leonard the Lion will be helping out today just by kind of directing your focus. Plus, he's adorable. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Miss Bree. I'm an educator, a farmer, illustrator, singer, and proud grammar nerd. Welcome to the Farm School. So what is Judaism? Well, Judaism is one of the world's oldest monotheistic religions, meaning it is based on the belief in one God. As a side note, religions that believe in multiple gods are called pantheistic religions. Pan meaning all, right? So we have monotheistic, which is singular, and we have pantheistic, which means all or multiple. So, just a side note, back to Judaism. Sorry, little tangent. All right, so people who follow Judaism are called Jews. And Judaism is not only a religion, but also a culture and a shared history. Unlike many belief systems that developed later on, Judaism has maintained a continuous identity for thousands of years, which is really quite a feat. It includes religious teachings, traditions, laws, stories, and customs that guide how people live, celebrate, and understand the world. Now, Judaism began in a region known as the ancient Near East, in an area called Canaan. This land is located in what we now know as the Middle East, near modern-day Israel and surrounding areas. This region was incredibly important in the early human history. It was part of a larger area known as the Fertile Crescent, like Mesopotamia, Babylon, all these places. Some of the first cities, farms, and civilizations developed here. So because of its location, Canaan became a place where people, ideas, and cultures met and mixed, helping to shape the early development of Judaism. One of the most important figures in early Judaism, I guess one of the most important early figures would be better, in Judaism is Abraham. Now, in Jewish tradition, Abraham is known for his relationship with God, which is described as a covenant or a special agreement. This covenant represents a promise and a connection between God and Abraham's descendants. It is often seen as the beginning of a shared identity and belief system. Abraham's story is important not just for Judaism, but also for other major world religions, showing how influential these early traditions became. The Israelites were an ancient people who are central to the history of Judaism. They lived in the land of Canaan and developed shared traditions, stories, and practices that helped define their identity. Over time, these shared beliefs and customs created a strong sense of community. These traditions were passed down through generations, helping to preserve their culture, even during times of change and challenge. Moses is another key figure in the history of Judaism. He is traditionally associated with receiving laws and teachings that helped to guide the Israelites. These laws are important because they shaped how people were expected to live, how they treated others, how they formed communities, and how they practiced their beliefs. The idea of living according to a shared set of laws became a central part of Jewish identity and continues to be important today. Now let's talk about the Torah. The Torah is the central sacred text of Judaism. It includes important stories, teachings, and laws that guide religious and daily life. Written in Hebrew, the Torah is studied, read aloud, and carefully preserved. It's not just a book, it's considered a living part of Jewish tradition. Through the Torah, generations of people have learned about their history, their responsibilities, and their connections to their beliefs. Now, back to the past. As the Israelites grew in number and organization, they formed kingdoms, including the Kingdom of Israel and the Kingdom of Judah. Jerusalem became a central city, both politically and spiritually. It was a place where important decisions were made, and it became deeply connected to religious life and tradition. These kingdoms helped to shape early Jewish society, creating systems of leadership, worship, and community structure. Now, at different points in history, many Jewish people were forced to leave their homeland. This is known as exile. When people settle in new places outside their original homeland, it's called a diaspora. Jewish communities spread across many regions, including parts of Europe, Africa, and Asia. Even though they were far from their original home, they worked so hard to preserve their traditions, language, and beliefs, showing incredible resilience and dedication. Also, we will talk about other historical religion-based exiles and issues that have happened throughout history in other videos. So we will cover all of those. But again, this is just a non-biased historical overview of the Jewish faith. Okay? So, as Jewish communities developed in different parts of the world, they built strong systems for maintaining their culture. Synagogues became important places for gathering, learning, and worship. Teachers and scholars studied religious texts and helped interpret their meanings for new generations. These practices allowed Jewish life to continue and adapt, even as people lived in very different environments. Judaism has had a major influence on world history. Its ideas about ethics, law, justice, and community responsibility have shaped many societies. It's also influenced the development of other major religions, showing how ideas can grow and spread over time. Understanding Judaism helps us better understand global history and the connections between different cultures. Now, today, Judaism includes a variety of traditions and practices. Some groups, such as Orthodox, Conservative, and Reform Judaism, differ in how they interpret teachings and observe traditions. Just like Christianity or Islam, they all have other kind of micro groups within the religion, right? However, all of these groups share a connection to the same history and core beliefs. This diversity shows how traditions can remain strong while also adapting to new times and new places. Judaism is practiced all over the world today. Jewish communities can be found in many countries, each with unique traditions influenced by their local cultures. For many people, Judaism is both a religion and a cultural identity, connecting them to their history, family, and community. Despite thousands of years of change, Judaism continues to be a living, evolving tradition. The history of Judaism is long and complex, spanning thousands and thousands of years. It includes periods of growth, challenge, movement, and adaptation. By studying this history, we can see how traditions are shaped by both beliefs and experiences. It helps us understand how people maintain identity and meaning over time. So, hopefully this helps you understand why we study history. Learning about history helps us better understand the world and also all the people in it. It helps us respect the differences of each person, right? Everybody's different. And this history will help us understand that and understand that not everybody believes the same thing, but we can still be kind to each other, right? Yeah. So, it also helps us see how ideas and beliefs can shape societies in powerful ways. So, as we finish this lesson, remember that Judaism is more than just a religion. It's a living history of people, culture, and tradition. And by learning about its origins and development, we gained a deeper understanding of how human societies grow, connect, and continue across time. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.